All right, looks like we finally have some resistance going on against Trump's policies. Take a look. Bipartisan group of lawmakers moved to stall Trump withdrawal of troops from Syria and South Korea. A bipartisan group of 8 House lawmakers on Wednesday introduced 2 bills to make it more difficult for the Trump administration to withdraw troops from Syria and South Korea. The bills, introduced by freshman representatives Tom Malinowski, a disgrace to the skis, and Van Taylor, would limit the funds the administration may use to pull troops from the countries. Democrat Representatives Andy Kim, Jimmy Panetta, and Max Rose also backed the bills, as do Republican Representatives Mike Gallagher, Elise Stefanik, and Will Hurd. Kim, Gallagher, and Stefanik all serve on the House Armed Services Committee. The first bill, titled the Responsible Withdrawal from Syria Act, prohibits the use of Pentagon funds to draw down active duty troop presence in Syria below 1,500. This is the saddest thing I've ever read in my life. So understand something. In the case of Syria, there was no congressional approval in the first place. So we are there illegally. It is unconstitutional that we still have troops in Syria. Instead of Congress saying, okay, we're going to use our authority to make sure you follow the Constitution and pull out of Syria, they didn't approve it in the first place, but now these bipartisan lawmakers have gotten together and said, we need to resist Trump. How are we going to resist him? I got an idea. We could resist him while also pleasing our corporate donors and our defense contractor donors, and we could create a bill that says, how dare you withdraw? No, you have to keep troops there. Responsible withdrawal. See, this is the new way they gaslight you. Me? No, of course I'm for getting out of these countries that we're all over the fucking world right now with our military, but we gotta be responsible in how we do it. They say this about Afghanistan. We've been there 17 fucking years. 18 years actually. I'm wrong, 18. And we're supposed to think like, you gotta be responsible. You can't just leave really quickly. We've been there 18 years! The fuck do you mean? What do you mean? How long is okay? What, do we have to wait till 21? What's wrong with you? God damn it. So, I hate all these lawmakers with a burning passion. Because they're trying to score cheap political points by resisting against Trump. See, look at us. We're bipartisan. I got news for you. Bipartisanship is not, by definition, good. I know mainstream media wants you to believe that, but that's not true. Oftentimes, both parties work together to screw you, like they do with Wall Street deregulation, for example. Here's another example of it. We're working together in a bipartisanship, in a bipartisan way in order to stay at war longer. So the one area where Trump makes a little bit of sense, you're like, I disagree on that one. That one thing that you're doing that's positive, Don, I'm against that. What a broken, disgusting system, man. And this is how you know the military-industrial complex runs the place. Because, like I said, they didn't even approve us going into Syria in the first place. So our being there is illegal and unconstitutional and against international law. But instead of flexing your authority to say, you better get out, man, that you're not allowed to be there, they're flexing their authority to say, well, you better stay. And I guarantee you, none of these politicians, guaranteed, they don't know anything about what's happening in Syria. They don't know anything. They don't know anything about the different rebel faction groups. They don't know anything about the fact that 60% of the rebels are Islamist extremists, according to a think tank study from a few years ago. They don't know anything about the Free Syrian Army. They don't know anything about the geopolitical breakdown. They don't know how we have Pentagon-backed rebels fighting CIA-backed rebels, which the LA Times reported on 2 years ago. They don't know how it's a giant quagmire and a clusterfuck. They don't know. They don't know. They just don't know. They forgot the question, but the answer is more war, because the answer is always more war, because that's the way our system works. That's the way our government functions. As our infrastructure gets a grade of D+, as they don't have clean water in Flint, Michigan, as 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, they're like, quick, spend more tax money to stay in an illegal war, because resist! We're resisting the president. Aren't we so great? And it's bipartisan. So the media will now nut all over itself and act like these guys are heroes when they're the dumbest fucking people in the country.